Some minds never truly switch off. They replay conversations, analyze tone and silence, notice patterns others completely miss. And psychology says something powerful about these minds: they are not broken. They are operating at a higher cognitive level. And welcome to Mindorix, where we decode the mind under pressure and reveal what your behavior says about your brain. Because today we're breaking down why traits like enjoying solitude, overthinking, constant analysis, emotional depth, hyper-awareness, and relentless curiosity are not flaws but signals of advanced mental processing backed by cognitive science. Highly intelligent minds often crave solitude not because they dislike people but because silence reduces cognitive noise and allows deeper systems thinking. And when the world feels loud, your brain retreats inward to organize information, simulate outcomes, test possibilities, and connect invisible dots. So if being alone feels productive rather than lonely, psychology suggests your brain is processing reality at a higher bandwidth and deeper resolution than most. Then there's overthinking, replaying decisions, imagining alternate futures, questioning choices long after others move on, which most people label as anxiety or weakness, but research links it to advanced simulation thinking where the brain runs multiple scenarios to minimize uncertainty and risk. Meaning the issue isn't thinking too much but carrying the mental load of foresight, responsibility, and consequence awareness all at once. And this is why intelligent minds often feel tired without doing anything physical. These minds are also wired for constant pattern recognition, seeing relationships instead of randomness, sensing when something feels off before evidence appears. Because systems thinking allows the brain to detect hidden structures beneath surface behavior, trends before headlines, intentions before words, and dangers before they become visible. And this is why sarcasm, layered humor, dark wit, subtle irony, and intellectual teasing are strongly associated with intelligence, as they require abstract thinking, emotional awareness, timing, perspective shifting, and cognitive flexibility. So if your humor goes unnoticed, misunderstood, or makes others uncomfortable, your mind may simply be operating several steps ahead of the room. Psychology also shows that highly analytical brains are hyper-aware of their environment, scanning rooms automatically, reading micro-expressions, noticing shifts in energy, tone, posture, and mood. Not due to paranoia but because the brain is trained to detect threats, inconsistencies, and changes early, an evolutionary advantage that increases awareness but reduces mental rest and emotional ease, keeping the nervous system subtly alert even in safe situations. And these same minds are driven by intense curiosity, often researching random topics late at night, falling into information rabbit holes, switching interests rapidly. Because curiosity activates dopamine more powerfully than praise, approval, or external rewards, meaning intelligent people learn for stimulation, not validation. However, the cost of this depth is difficulty switching off, as advanced brains struggle with cognitive inhibition, causing thoughts to loop even when the body is exhausted, sleep delayed, silence filled with analysis, and relaxation feeling unproductive or uncomfortable. And emotionally, these minds feel deeply but respond selectively, processing feelings through logic before expression, weighing consequences before reactions, a blend of emotional intelligence and self-control that often looks distant, guarded, or cold from the outside even when the inner world is intense. Intelligent minds also instinctively question authority, routines, beliefs, and social norms, asking why, who benefits, what's missing, and what's being ignored, because critical thinking doesn't accept ideas simply because they're popular, repeated, traditional, or comfortable. And over time, this constant depth can create a sense of mental isolation, overstimulation, or feeling fundamentally different, where the mind feels ahead of the moment while the body remains present, creating internal tension few people understand. Not because of superiority but because the brain is processing more data simultaneously, faster, deeper, and more intensely than average. And this video isn't about IQ tests, grades, labels, or academic success. It's about how the brain behaves under constant analysis and why that can be both a strength and a burden. So if your mind never rests, if you analyze more than you speak, if you feel alert even when nothing seems wrong, if you've always felt mentally different, overstimulated, or misunderstood, Mindorix was created for you. Like the video, subscribe to Mindorix, and share this with someone whose mind never stops thinking, because some minds aren't broken, they're just operating on another level.